Hello everyone, just making a quick video for this channel to introduce myself, introduce the channel. I'm up here in my living room at the moment because my studio and study is undergoing some renovations, so it's a bit of a bomb site down there at the moment. So I'm stuck up here. Apologies if the video quality is a little subpar or the audio is a little subpar. I'm hoping that this guy is picking up everything because all my mics are currently packed up with the renovations. Anyway, my name's Andrew. I've started a YouTube channel called JPEGs Only, and it's just to share some photos that I take from a JPEG only workflow, share some of my thoughts on why I think it can be a really valuable way of working for some people, particularly people like me. So yeah, a little bit about myself. I have a background in music primarily. Photography's always been something that I've really enjoyed, more from a hobbyist and enthusiast kind of perspective rather than anything professional. I've never been paid to do any photography work or anything like that. I am a bit of a nerd. I love gear, but I try not to get too caught up in that kind of thing because I know where that game ends, you know, from the music kind of side of things. I like to place a bit more of an emphasis on just the process of doing it, the meaning that it can bring to you, the joy it can bring to your life, and yeah, the way you can kind of tell stories through art forms. Yeah, I wanted to start this channel because a few years ago I switched over to primarily shooting in JPEG. Kind of started when I bought this little guy. It's a Sony RX100 III. I bought it secondhand, kind of just before the premium compact secondhand market started popping off again. So it didn't cost me too much. I took it on a couple of trips over to Japan, which is a place that my wife and I really enjoy visiting, and just really loved shooting on it. Really loved how, compact and easy it was, but more, I guess primarily I just loved shooting JPEG, getting to know the camera and not having to worry about storing huge files, editing everything in post, making those decisions or thinking about those decisions as I was shooting. I really liked just being in the moment, having a lovely holiday with my wife and getting some cool shots along the way, and sort of telling the story of our trip. Kind of before I made that switch, I, like everyone, because you're kind of told to, was shooting a lot in RAW, jumping into Photoshop and Lightroom, doing heaps of editing and that kind of thing. And I think that's a really awesome process. I really enjoyed it. I got quite in the weeds with that, went quite in depth, but resulted in me not finishing a lot of photos or projects, getting caught up in all the minute details, and it was almost like that way of working came to a head at odds with the more perfectionistic tendencies in my personality. So then, yeah, my love for photography and sort of how productive I was in the sense of how often I was doing it and enjoying doing it really started to wane over that period, and it kind of languished for a few years. Since making the jump to JPEG, I've felt really reinvigorated. And then looking online and sort of in photography, YouTube and that kind of thing, I can't find a whole lot of content or creators that really celebrate this approach. A lot of people are like, shoot raw, shoot raw, shoot raw. And just quick disclaimer, there is no correct way of working. Everyone should work how they want to, how they feel resonates with them, and what produces their best work. For me, that definitely isn't shooting in RAW or being obsessed with specs and megapixels and that kind of thing. But yeah, I struggled to find content that reflected this attitude, and that I could dig into. So I thought, bloody hell, maybe I'll just try and make some. So that's kind of the ethos behind the JPEGs Only channel. It's not to be prescriptive or JPEG or die, that's the way. No, everyone should work however they want to work, but this has really helped me fall back in love with photography, and I hope that maybe other people might find it useful. They might start sharing their work or point me in the direction of other creators that work in this space. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to sharing my thoughts. Thank you so much.